Understanding the relationship between Christian faith and sex is crucial to establishing a Christian's attitude to masturbation. There are 3 ways to explain sex in Christianity. 1. Sex is a gift from God. God gave men sex. The Creator God created man from the beginning as a man and woman. What does it mean for humans to be God's good creatures and exist as men and women? Humans are sexual beings by nature. Humans can't be asexual. Salvation and spiritual transformation in heaven don't influence our sexual identity as males or females. Sex is holy. Here, holy means different from God, and applied to God's plan. In other words, sex is a holy gift. Sex is good and beautiful. Sex isn't disgraceful or evil in Christianity. Sex belonged to the essence of human beings even before sin entered the human world. Because of this, the Bible supports sexual unions between men and women. 2. 3 levels of sex. First, sex is mostly physical and physiological. Sexual phenomena and functions are mostly physical and physiological. Additionally, all of our physical and physiological aspects related to sex are good, holy, and beautiful. Sexual drive, pleasure-seeking instincts, sexual excitement, sexual pleasure, and the release of reproductive mechanisms and sexual energy are gifts God gave us. Second, sex shouldn't just be examined physically, but also psychologically. Sexual identity becomes a major part of our self-image because of the psychological aspect of sex. Sexual behavior also reveals its psychological side. Eventually, sexual activity and expression are about intimacy, closeness, companionship, desire, and aspiration for other things. It's a longing psychology that seeks to break down the boundaries and barriers of human beings. As for sex, it can also be described in the 2 aspects already mentioned, but it can't be ignored on a spiritual level, either. God's glory can be revealed and reflected through our sex. The third thing. Relationships are where sex happens. Since sex has 3 dimensions, physical, physiological, psychological, and spiritual, it's only possible in personal relationships. Personal relationships has 2 meanings here. Firstly, sincerity can only be realized between 2 people. Furthermore, they should treat each other by means, so they don't use each other for sexual pleasure. In what context do these personal relationships happen? It goes without saying, in the middle of a new marriage system. There are 4 minimum objectives of sex between men and women: unity, childbirth, pleasure, and intimacy. Marriage is the only way to achieve these 4 objectives smoothly without physical, psychological, ethical, and social obstacles. As a result, the Bible only mentions sex between men and women in marriage. First men and women of mankind, Adam and Eve, are marked as man and wife. The wife he met young is the fountain and breast he should always look for. The divine origin of marriage is also stressed by Jesus, who says that man and his wife are the object of becoming one body. It's the husband and wife's duty to prevent adultery in advance. Also, marriage should be considered precious to avoid soiling the bed. Sometimes, living alone is a gift from God. Our self-discovery includes sexual discoveries, and these sexual discoveries happen long before we get married. Most people complete their sexual lives through a personal relationship, and this personal relationship is mostly through marriage.